All right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. Sorry about the. I'm always discombobulated, right? Never organized, and I always wait to get my organization done at the end. But anyway, let's get on with the show. No, it's locked and loaded. Yeah. Well, listen. We're gonna talk about what to do towards the end, what to do with everything that's going on towards the end, because this shit's getting out of control. Bush Pig, Mike, thank you for the 5x5. Cat Girl, Flown Grown, Groundhog, the Ozark Negro, Dow, Adam, 1 second after, WTC, Blackfoot, thank you for 5x5. Mike, Rita, Kathleen, Dobie, We the People, Ozark Prepper, Kevin, Loretta, thank you for the 5x5. Adriana, thank you for that. Yes, guys, if you do not mind, hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, whatever, gets you going. Mike, thank you for the Boogaloo by Boogaloo. All right. Paprika, Leona, Alexandra, what's going on? Water Tiger, Mike M, Lisa, Jeep Girl, thank you for the 5x5. Brian, thank you for the 2x4. Adriana, thank you for the 5x5. AJ, Dan Phillips, Mossberg, Max, Richard, thank you for the 5x5. All right, Nicole, Vic, and Get Grunt Rhymes, and Rate It Forever, thank you for the 5x5. So, of course, I find it interesting, guys, that every time now, there's a ton of shit going on. I mean, there is no shortage of shit to talk about, report, and or prepare for. Now, I'm going to touch on the eclipse a little later. We're going to also touch on the migrant situation that's going to be getting worse everywhere. So, obviously, because I live in New York, I might be seeing it first because everybody's being deported. Everybody's being sent here. Florida's going to start seeing a wave, or might start seeing a wave of Haitians. That's not guaranteed. I think a lot of Haitians rather walk the longer distance than try to come across on a man-made boat. We're definitely seeing an increase in a lot of crime here. In fact, somebody sent me a video earlier today, or yesterday, maybe it was today. I disregarded the video, and I saw it on Instagram. So, of course, this chick is she's beating the balls off this migrant who tried to snatch her purse. I think he was on a scooter. He tried to snatch her purse walking the streets, I think, and somehow the video started with her pretty much having him in a chokehold. She was manhandling the shit out of this dude. Now, keep in mind, a lot of migrants, they're like, 5'1", 5 foot nothing. They're little dudes, so she was definitely giving him the business. I thought she was going to choke him out and kill him, and he was scared. That was the crazier thing about the whole video. He was sitting there all like, I thought he was crying. I'm pretty sure he was crying. I'm 1,000% sure if you zoomed in, you could see tears in his eyes. Doesn't change the fact, guys, that this guy, I think he was more like a foot soldier, right? I think he was sent out to do this business. He got caught and he started crying because he looked like he didn't want to do it, but some people put on a good show. Leona says she wailed on him. Yeah, she was beating his ass, man. I mean, that was insane. Now, as far as, guys, the things we're going to be seeing, yeah, Bobby, she said you got the wrong one. She must have repeated that like half a dozen times. I mean, she was, whipping his ass. I was just like, and I wasn't so impressed because, again, they're little dudes, like they need to walk around on stilts or lift their platform shoes to get some kind of height to them. But anyway, and Richard said, gang members are being told not to get tattoos until after they cross the border. The only problem with that, Richard, is that a lot of them, this might be new gang members, right? Because a lot of gang members, they're tatted up to rep. And it doesn't need, like, the tattoo thing doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, it gets them identified a lot faster, but it doesn't matter. They cross the border. A lot of them are getting cut loose, and you know they all cry the same shit, and they all there's a template that a lot of them receive, whether that's in the form of a leaflet or a text message or whatever it is, that these are the things to say if you get caught by border patrols, why they're being let go. And one of the things is that they are in danger, their lives are in danger, and they can't go back home because they could be persecuted or killed. And they say that like, and I'm not, it's not verbatim what I'm saying. I'm just, it's a roundabout way of what they're saying. There's a lot more to it. But they say anything in regards to that, and they got to be sent back home. They get to stay here, sorry. The Haitians that are coming across, or coming here, or however they get here, they're being, at least when they go to Florida, they're getting sent back home immediately. So there's no, what is that called? Amnesty. There's no for them to stay here. They're gonna get sent back. So a lot of places are not playing. Well, Florida's not playing around. Texas is just send them right the fuck back. I mean, like, throw whatever policy this administration has, throw it out of the window and start sending people back by the boatloads. If you got to fucking gather them up in bulldozers and dump them back over the wall, do that. But this is going to undoubtedly get really bad. And for cities like New York, we're going to see a lot of it firsthand. Now, a lot of you guys that live in small towns, you guys are going to handle your business. We can't do that here. Well, we can. We can handle our business like that chick did. That chick was handling her business, man. She was choking the shit out of that little dude, you know? And, I mean, this guy was, he was in bad shape. I think he was hoping for a burrito to fall out of somebody's pocket and eat that and gain some kind of strength to beat this lady up. But, yeah, it wasn't working. She was fucking, you got to see the video. So, it's on Instagram. It's all over Instagram and it's over TikTok. I'm sorry. Twitter as well. So if you go over the Twitter or Instagram, you're gonna see this video. And the crazy shit about that video, which I'm still a little in awe about, nobody else stepped in to help her out. Like, granted, she's handling it, but like as a man, you still gotta walk over them and be like, you good? You need help? You want me to put him in a headlock while you go get your shit? Like whatever it was. But she was like completely on her own. Like nobody stepped in. We're seeing, guys, a lot more of this, and it's just getting bad. And the daylight shit, the prostitution, in broad daylight now, they're not even hiding in the dark anymore. They used to hang out in the corners, in the dark corners of the street, and they used to come out of the shadows, hey, with their titties out. They're not even doing that shit. They're fucking out in the open for everyone to see. There was a boss I was talking to the other night. He was telling me there was a spot in Queens. They are up and down that shit. And we're going to start seeing it again on 42nd Street. Now, 42nd Street, for those of you that weren't born here in New York, or don't remember it at all because you're either young or you lived in middle America, prostitutes used to, you could fucking throw a rock and hit 8 prostitutes, right? And they cleaned up the city. There's no more prostitution, at least out in the open, there's no more prostitution. Now I can see it coming back. Someone told me the other day, if you walk up and down 8th Avenue between 42nd and 55th Street or 57th Street, something like that, you're going to see nothing but migrants hanging around because they don't have work. They have nowhere to go. The first wave of migrants got jobs, and these new wave of migrants are just sitting around waiting for some shit to do. So a lot of them are going to start throwing their vaginas online, and then they're going to start hanging out in front of these hotels, throwing their vagina at the first guy they see. Muggings and purse snatchings are up. Stealing from the store, that's obviously up for the obvious reasons. I mean, the shit that's going on in California, guys, that's bad, but I think we're going to see it worse here in the next couple of months when they get a little more brazen. These people have no work. They have nowhere to go. So, unfortunately, guys, they're going to get desperate, and we're going to see more criminal activities in cities like New York. Again, they're getting a lot bolder now. They're doing a lot more shit. Prostitution is not legal here. It still isn't legal here. Unless I missed the notice, it's not legal here. Even if it was, no dice. I do not want to partake in anything like that, and I do not want my dick falling off. So there is that. You want to save your penis? Stay away from prostitutes. I think that's the best way to go about it. But anyway, let's get on with this. So, of course, guys, like I said before, with migrants come the bad, right? There's always the bad behind the wall of migrants. And we had a Haitian guy rape a disabled girl. I'm going to read that in a little bit. But we had a suspected, and I hate when they go suspected MS-13 gangbanger. He's not suspected, dude. He's a gangbanger. He's MS-13. He's got the tats to prove it. The guy, fits the description. I mean, like, there's proof down the line. When it comes to migrants, everything is suspected. When it comes to actual gangbangers here in the city, they label it as such. This is a gangbanger. This is what it is. Someone said, yes, it is not legal in New York. Yeah. Okay. Someone said very legal. I don't think it's legal, man. I know they were still locking people up. At least they were still locking the dudes up for banging prostitutes. But I know that, like I said, unless I missed that memo, it's still not a legal thing. So anyway, Vegas is legal. Yeah, Bobby Broadway. Vegas, it is legal there. And then there's and for the whores, they got to do whorish. How you say? They have prerequisites to being a hooker out there. Not prerequisites, requirements. You got to take an HIV test every 6 months or some shit like that. You got to. Who the fuck? I mean, it's dumb that you even have these requirements to be a hooker, like a job, whatever. Stupid. And listen, that's a profession that is never going to go out of work, ever. Prostitution is here to stay. As soon as women discover their vaginas and the power of their vaginas, prostitution's here to stay. I don't care what kind of cleaning up you do, what kind of society we built after this, because it has to collapse. Even when we build society back up to being something better, prostitution's always going to be there. It is what it is. So anyway, suspected MS-13 gangbanger allegedly sex trafficked underage migrants in New York City after jumping bail for a child abuse case. Now again, guys, these people are starting up their shit, right? And yeah, man, whatever. Yeah, they need a clean bill of health. It doesn't matter. It just whatever. I don't want to go down that road. Like I said, I was thinking about starting an after hours talk where I can get really, vulgar. I know I'm vulgar here, but I can get super vulgar, and that would be after. I was thinking about doing an after hours, a midnight show. But anyway, suspected member of the notorious MS-13 street gang is accused of, and I hate when is accused of sex trafficking a 17-year-old migrant girl he recruited out of Queens shelter while still on the lam for allegedly fondling a 9-year-old girl earlier this year. Alfredo Maracho, 37, who was also hit with bail jumping, charged for skipping out on the 2018 child molestation case, is finally being brought and held on Rikers Island without bail. He is now charged with 2 counts of sex trafficking of a child, 5 counts of promoting prostitution, and 2 counts of patronizing a person in prostitution in the new case. No child should ever have to be exploited. This is the Queen District Attorney Melinda Katz said in a statement. The underage victim in this case was preyed upon for financial gains. No shit, lady. That's why you throw kids into the mix, to make money. The defendant is also accused of having sex with the victim himself. Oh boy, it only gets worse. I have dedicated significant resources to supporting those impacted by sex trafficking and to hold accountable those who manipulate and take advantage of other persons' vulnerabilities. According to the prosecutor, Maracho, whatever the fuck his name is, was on the lam in 2018 for child molestation when he approached the teen migrant at a Jamaica deli in November and asked if she wanted a job, even after she said she was underage. And I know what he did. He guaranteed her a lot of money. He showed her what the life would look like. And, she's 17, stupid, don't know any better. And she fell for it. And also being here in this country, he probably promised her shit that she was going to easily believe because What else has she got to go on, right? So over the following 4 months, he allegedly cohorted the girl into prostitution, driving her to and from Corona apartment for dates with Johns. Why do they call them Johns? I'm pretty sure one of you nerds are going to tell me this shit, but I'm curious as to why they call them Johns. Giving her half the money she collected at the end of the day. Morocco also coerced the teen, to give him semi-nude photos of herself that would send to prospective customers. Anyway, on March 6th, he allegedly drove the victim to the Renaissance New York Flushing Hotel at Tangram, where he negotiated a price for the girl's service with a John, not realizing he was an undercover cop. Gotcha, bitch. Police slapped the cuffs on him and hit him with the felony charges. They should have also taken a plunge and shoved it up his ass. But let's not get too carried away. So that's a suspected MS-13 member. Then we have this Haitian migrant charged with the rape of a 15-year-old girl after he entered a controversial parole program. A Haitian migrant now charged with the rape of a 15-year-old girl, who was disabled, by the way, at a Massachusetts hotel housing migrants, was allowed into the U.S. by a controversial parole program that allowed up to 30,000 migrants a month to fly into the country. Local authorities in Rockland, Massachusetts arrested the 26-year-old Corey Alvarez, a Haitian national. The Plymouth County District Attorney Office said he went before the Hingham District Court judge on Thursday and pleaded not guilty to a single count of aggravated rape of a child. The DA's office said the Rockland police responded to a Comfort Inn on Wednesday night for reports of sexual assault. The hotel participates in a state and federal program to house migrant families, and Alvarez lived at the hotel. When the officers arrived, they spoke with the 15-year-old female victim, who was taken to the area hospital for treatment. Multiple departments of Homeland Security sources tell Fox News that Alvarez is a Haitian national who came into the U.S. via the Colombian, Haitian, Nicaraguan, Venezuela parole process. It's called the CHNV parole process. Cuban, Haitian, Nicaraguan, Venezuelan. The policy was first announced for Venezuela in October of 2022, which allowed a limited number to fly directly into the U.S. as long as they had not entered illegally and had a sponsor in the U.S. already and passed certain checks. What the fuck? Seriously, what in the actual fuck? My God, man. What is going on? I'm checking the chat. So anyway, so now, like a lot of people saying that they're being flown here, but this is an actual program where they flew, and they said 30,000, if I'm not mistaken, migrants a month into this country. 30,000 migrants a month. This program started back in, what was it, 2018? Where the fuck did I read that? It was 2022. Yeah, 2022. So 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago, this was announced. You needed a sponsor, and you had not needed to be here illegally. You had not entered the country illegally. You enter the country illegally, like so, because you fly here, that makes it legal? Anyway. In 2023, the administration announced that the program was expanding to include Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Cubans. And the program would allow up to 30,000 people per month into the U.S. It allows for migrants to receive work permits and 2-year authorization to live in the U.S. Was announced alongside an expansion of Title 42 to include those nationalities. Interesting. So, again, guys, this is being done on purpose. They are absolutely trying to saturate this country with shitbags. Why are we flying 30,000 people here a month? Again, from 2022 to now, however months that is, do the math, that's how many were flown in from this program. Now, there are other programs where they are being flown in as well. So this is just not the only program that they have. Yeah, I don't know who the sponsor is, but they said they needed a sponsor. The Department of Homeland Security recently said the process, which is described as a safe and orderly way to reach the United States, is a key element of the administration's effort to address high levels of migrants throughout the hemisphere. Republicans who accused the administration of abusing the parole process with the program, but recent lawsuits from 20 GOP-led states was recently shot down in courts because they want to flood this country, guys, and turn this country into a third world country. Now, I know a lot of you people keep saying you got to leave New York, escape from New York and all that bullshit. Guys, it's not about running. They're going to start expanding. It's going to expand far past New York. It's going to go into other states. It's going to go into other cities. So at some point, guys, we have to stop and make a stand. We can't keep running. That is not negotiable. Steve Gall said 720,000 for 2 years. Jesus, man. So again, it's they're turning us into a third world country. Exactly. And it has to be on purpose, right? There's no other reason, guys, why you would be flying 720,000 people over 2 years, right? So I guess if you cut that in half, that's how many people are coming here a year. Right? That's 360,000. Right? 360,000 people being flown here a year. And then they're saying that it's a safe and orderly way to reach the United States. How about no? How about no? Don't reach the United States. How about keep your ass where you are and fight for your bullshit there? Because here's the problem, guys. If these people didn't have the balls, the gulls, the nutsacks, the fortitude, the grit to fight for themselves in their country, they're bringing their bullshit here and causing the same problems over again. And the craziness about the whole thing is that I know the Democrats see it. I know this administration sees it. This administration, guys, sees more than what we think they see. You know, we like to think this administration's stupid. They're not stupid. This is an act of treason. This is an act of war. They are trying to destroy this country from the inside out. And how do you do it? You flood this country with migrants. And you keep bringing them in until they're saturated. Until now we're at odds with migrants. And we're battling them in the street like the chick was in that video. Beating up that fucking little Mexican dude or whatever the fuck he was. South American. This is only going to get worse if nothing is done. Now, obviously, guys, if Trump goes into office, he's going to stop all of this shit right away. That is the only upside of it. He will stop this shit immediately. But then what? Right? You're going to have Democrats sitting there going to court arguing that, oh, we can't have that. We need to bring these people here safely. Yo, fuck every last migrant who's coming here. Fuck them all. I do not care. I don't want to hear their song and dance. I don't want to fucking sit there and have a bleeding heart for them. I don't give a shit how many of them are being beat up or killed. I don't care. I do not fucking care. Because the problem is, guys, is that they're going to keep giving us the song and dance. And every country is giving us the same song and dance. And then what? We're not the lifeboat of the world. We're not supposed to sit here and go, oh, poor Pablo, you got raped, Pablo? You can stay. Fuck you, Pablo. Fucking sew up your ass, get it together, and fucking get in a fight. Start taking dudes out. Build up an army of your own. Build up a rebel squad. Do something. But to sit there and come here because shit's not good, but then you want to come here, saturate the system, abuse the system, tank us economically, because that's what they're doing here in New York, tanking us economically, and then what? Then you're going to move on to another fucking state like a locust? They have to stop. Sorry. It's done with the bullshit. It's enough already. Yes, the eye roll was for you. So anyway. So now, I had to look this word up because I read it wrong. But the DHS warns Haitian illegal immigrants arriving by boat face immediate repatriation. I thought it said reparation, and I'm like, reparation? I'm like, so they get here, they're going to get shit? Like an idiot, I read it wrong. And I'm like, that's not reparation. I'm like, and then it's repatriation. So the DHS says that any illegal immigrants arriving by boat, including from Haiti, face immediate repatriation, amid brewing concerns about the potential immigrant wave coming from the conflict-plagued country. The conflict-plagued country, sorry. In a statement to Fox News Digital, DHS said it's monitoring the situation in Haiti and coordinating closely with the State Department and international partners. The Caribbean nation has seen a significant escalation in violence as gangs have overrun the capital, burning the police stations, attacking the main airport. Gangs have also raided some of the largest prisons, releasing thousands of inmates. They are also raping and pillaging. No one's talking about that. The increased violence has raised the possibility of a new wave of migrants or illegal immigrants coming from that country. Both of the southern land border, where migrants surged into Del Rio in 2021 in the thousands, and by boat. Wednesday, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis announced that he is sending soldiers and officers as well as aircraft and boats to protect the state from vessels carrying illegal immigrants. Given the circumstances in Haiti, I have directed the Division of Emergency Management, the Florida State Guard, and the state law enforcement agencies to deploy over 250 additional officers and soldiers and over a dozen air and sea crafts to the southern coast of Florida to protect our state, and then sink those motherfuckers as they come across. Now, I know I shouldn't be saying that because it's heartless, but fuck them. Seriously, fuck these people. And listen, guys, they're coming here because somebody is dropping that seed in their brain. And they're all coming here to attack this country. There's no other reason. They're not coming here to make a better life. Because listen, it's like going to a store on Black Friday and you get there late. You know everything's gone. Everything is gone. But this waves, or the late wave of migrants coming, there's nothing for them. There's going to be no money, no housing. And then what? You got a migrant father and daughter that was suing for housing because I think they said they were promised it. I didn't read the whole article. I just read some of it and I got annoyed and stopped reading it. And I'm like, these motherfuckers are going to start suing for shit that doesn't belong to them. They didn't earn it. Bad enough, there was a judge. The article keeps saying Supreme Court, but it wasn't Supreme Court. It was, I think, the Ohio Supreme Court or it was a state Supreme Court that stated that migrants can own firearms. Illegal immigrants can own firearms. That they shouldn't be banned from owning firearms. Bad enough we got to deal with that shit. And that's another fight, guys. Because if they're telling us in that state that illegal immigrants can own firearms, there's a fight coming. Because you're supposed to be an American citizen to own a firearm. Period. You have to be legal. If you're not an American citizen, you have to be legal to own a firearm. And legal, I mean like you came here, you got your green card, you did everything by the books, and now you're an American citizen. So foreigners who are legal citizens or become legal citizens can own firearms. But to sit there and tell me they're coming here and they have to... and no more... I'm sorry. I'm just reading a text. They're coming here and they're requesting and suing for shit. This is bad. This is bad news. But, yeah, listen. They want us two-way lovers to fight over this bullshit. Yes, that's the problem. The whole Second Amendment comes into play. But the problem is they're not American citizens. So the Second Amendment, or rather the Constitution, does not apply to them. But somewhere along the line, there were a couple judges that said it does apply to them. No, it doesn't. Human rights applies to them. So obviously not kicking their ass, killing them, the whole 9 yards, feeding them, make sure they're safe until you deport them. But they do not get any of the benefits of the Constitution. But some judges think so, and therefore they gave them that segue. Shit. Citizens of the United States. Yeah, well, listen, this and the crazy shit is California also, and I only read the title. I didn't get to read the article, but California is setting illegal immigrants on a pathway to get housing faster. And I'm like, wait, what? I got to sit here and bring my credit score up save a ton of money on the side, make sure and manhunt for a home, and these guys are falling over the border wall and getting a fucking home out of the gates. And this is in California. Now, yeah, some people like they can have California. When you say statements like that, you don't get it. It's not about giving them a state. It's not about giving them New York or California. Because once they take California, once they take New York, once they take Michigan, they start to spread. It doesn't stop there. So there has to be a fight to stop them in their track. And leaving, running away, going to Middle America is not the answer. It is not the answer. Because we're going to keep what? Running until we're fucking backed into a corner? It don't work that way. Like, not at all. Anyway, where the fuck was I? Okay, in the statement, the DHS, the DHS stressed that the migration flow through the Caribbean remains low as of right now. All irregular migration journeys, especially maritime routes, are extremely dangerous, unforgiving, and often result in the loss of life. DHS will continue to enforce U.S. laws and policies throughout the state of Florida and the Caribbean region. The spokesperson also stressed that those caught at sea would immediately be returned, probably kicking and screaming. And the crazy shit is they're giving these people the notice. They're saying it in French or whatever the fuck they patois, whatever they speak over in Haiti. So they're giving them the heads up before they get here. These people, we're in the age of information, and everybody gets everything. Everything. So there's no such thing as these people not knowing anything. They know. They fucking know. Mike, thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. But, and all I have to say to that text, we'll see about that. Anyway, according to the U.S. Coast Guard, 65 migrants or illegal immigrants were repatriated on Tuesday after the agency stopped a boat near the Bahamas. So far, the Coast Guard has repatriated 131 migrants in this fiscal year. We're only in March, so that's not a lot, which is good. That's actually a good thing. 131. So they might see an uptick. Like I said, I don't think we're going to see a huge uptick coming across the water. We're probably going to see a lot of it going across the land. The administration said that it is implementing consequences for illegally entering while expanding what it says are lawful migrant pathways. Haitians are also eligible for controversial parole program that allows 30,000 nationals from Haiti as well as Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua to fly here in the U.S. Now, this is where you stop all of it. You know, it's funny. You see what's going on. You see all of these people coming in, and you're still running this program. You still have the border open. You're watching people get killed and raped. And this administration's like, we're sorry for calling him illegal immigrant. I meant to call him an undocumented migrant. I'm like, so you apologize to the killer and the people coming here illegally, but not the family of the girl who was killed. This tells you guys that, again, another J6 is needed, but this time, the White House. Now, I know, granted, to do that to the White House that's a lot of casualties. That's all it means. A lot of casualties and a lot of arrests. But something has to be done. Because these people are going out of their way to fuck this country right in the ass with a spiked dildo. So on Tuesday, Rebecca Zimmerman, Assistant Secretary of Defense for Homeland Security and Hemispheric Affairs, never heard of that one, told lawmakers that the Pentagon is on alert to the possibility of a mass migrant event, but it's also not seeing any large numbers as of yet. Again, this is obviously, guys, going to turn into a shit show in a hurry. A lot of people seem to think that, why aren't you fucking working, you cocksucker? Jesus. But yeah, this is definitely going to turn into a shit show. So, with the possibility of more migrants from Haiti coming here, we have a Hezbollah terrorist that was caught at the border and planned to go to New York. Now, they don't say New York City, they just say New York, but I'm pretty sure they made New York City. And he came here to make a device. A Lebanese man arrested at the southern border told U.S. authorities he traveled from the Middle East because he was a member of the Hezbollah group and planned to build a device once he was in the United States. The Border Patrol agent in El Paso, Texas region arrested Basil Abadi of Lebanon after he allegedly crossed the U.S.-Mexico border on March 9th, according to the internal government documents shared with the Washington Examiner Monday morning. While in custody, the idiot told the Border Patrol agents that I'm going to try to make a device, he said as he planned to travel to New York. Border Patrol agents from its Tactical Terrorism Response Team to speak with about following the initial statement. And I think he said it in English, which is even weirder that he said it in English. Initially, he said it in English. Now, that to me speaks a setup. Why would this Lebanese say it in English first, and then the rest of the conversation was in Arabic? So that's telling me that there is a false flag coming, or this is the real deal. Now, I failed to mention that in my video tonight, that this could be a false flag, or like Joe said, a decoy. Now, he's not a decoy because there's an army of them coming through the border. But also, could the United States be using this chance to do some shit and then shut down the borders? Who the fuck knows, right? Everything's on the table, guys. Like, I don't put anything past anybody. I could look at this as being an actual attack from Hezbollah. I can also look at this as being an incentive for the United States to do some shit. So I'm looking at it both ways. Because you cannot look at anything just one way anymore. You got to span your horizons on the shit that's going on and entertain every avenue that's going on. But, anyway, where the fuck was I? All right. After being read his Miranda rights, I don't know how do you, whatever. The Abadi told authorities that he was a member of Hezbollah, an Iran-funded foreign terrorist organization, according to the document. Hezbollah has assisted Hamas in its attack against Israel. Yeah, whatever. But Abadi also said that he was fleeing Lebanon and Hamas because he didn't want to kill people. And that's what I was also thinking when I was reading it. I said, maybe he snitched on himself so that he didn't have to do this. But they're sending him back. According to the article, they're sending him back to Lebanon. So maybe in the article they said they're sending him back to Lebanon. They might be keeping him here. And they'll change his name and identity and call him fucking Salami or whatever the fuck is they're going to change his name to. Or some basic shit like John Muhammad, which is like a very, very, name. Anyway, let's see, what else? He said he didn't want to kill people. Woe was me. They ran his Miranda rights. He attacked. Okay, whatever. Abadi confessed that he had trained with Hezbollah for 7 years and had been an active member of the terrorist group responsible for guarding weapons location for 4 additional years. Meaning he was recruited as an adolescent, according to, because he's 22 years old, right? So that would make him 16 when he was recruited. His training focused on jihad, and we all know what jihad means now. Jihad means it's a struggle, or his struggle. And he was trained to target people who were not Muslim. This sounds very red flaggy, if you ask me. Like a false flaggy, sorry. Like a false flag is coming from this. Senator Ted Cruz blamed President Joe Biden and the administration for inviting the inevitable by taking inadequate actions to the end of the border crisis that has been underway for 3 years. This is what happens when Joe Biden and his band of idiots open the southern border. It is inviting the inevitable, which was just going to happen. It was a matter of time it was going to happen. Sorry. I'm very worried about 10, 20, 50, 100 more Hezbollah or Hamas terrorists coming over and intending to do something worse than 9/11, intending to do something on order of a magnitude of October 7th over there in Israel, or even worse. This is what Dickface is saying, Ted Cruz. Since the government Since the government's fiscal 2024 began in October 2023 through January 2024, Border Patrol has arrested 58 illegal immigrants who were determined to be on the FBI's terrorist watch list. Now, this article says 58 illegal immigrants were arrested. They were on a watch list. There was another article that said from 2018 to 2022, 758 people on the terrorist watch list were arrested. So this is just 58. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is 58 that were caught. I think there are hundreds coming through the border. Hamas, ISIS, and Hezbollah coming through the border. It's not just 10 or 20. There's hundreds or thousands of them coming through the border, flooding the gates. Now, some of them I think are young like him, coming through the border and like, yo, I'm not blowing anybody up. I'm gonna fucking be easy with this bullshit and I'm gonna disappear. And that's probably what they're doing. Truthful Troll, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. There was also another donation. Santiago, thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. Truthful Troll, Santiago, thank you for the donation. Thank you. So, guys, this only gets better. Because the FBI director warns of a very dangerous threat at the border. Smuggling networks associated with ISIS ties. What could go wrong? FBI Director Christopher Wray on Monday warned of a wide array of dangerous threats coming to the United States border, including drug trafficking, violent gangs, smugglers with ties to ISIS. Wray was asked by Senator Marco Rubio, who's a Republican Florida senator, Intelligence Committee hearing about the threat at the border, including the Tren de Aragua gang from Venezuela. Ray said he couldn't speak on a specific gang, but said that there were dangerous individuals entering via the southern borders. Now, all of us had said that the borders being open is going to invite the bad element. We also know that there's gang members that are coming from other countries up here. And they know that they're gang members coming up here, right? Because, well, it's obvious that they will come here, right? But the Tren de Aragua terrorist group are here. They've been caught up here in New York. Knowing that all of these bad people are coming here, why don't we stop it? Well, because again, the Biden administration wants this to collapse. I think their hard-on is to destroy this country so that, like everybody says, the empire must fall, right? And now, right now, or maybe we're an empire that's absolutely collapsing in on itself. But we're collapsing in on ourselves along with outside pressures of this bullshit going on. From an FBI perspective, we are seeing a wide array of very dangerous threats that emanate from the border, and that includes everything from drug trafficking. The FBI alone seized enough fentanyl in the last 2 years to kill 270 million people. And that's just on the fentanyl side. They also, a couple months ago or a month ago, something like 6 tons of meth. They got 6 tons of meth at the border. I think it was last month or January. I can't remember when I read that article. An awful lot of violent crime in the United States is at the hands of gangs who are themselves involved in the distribution of fentanyl. Officials have warned about the presence of gangs, including the Tren de Aragua. I can never pronounce it right. Fox News reported last week about a Custom and Border internal bulletin that told agents to be on the lookout for those coming across the border who may show signs of belonging to the bloodthirsty gang. Bloodthirsty gang. They're writing these people up like they're boogeymen, and they're not. They bleed just the same way too. I'm 1,000% sure if you cut their legs off and their arms, they're going to scream, cry, and want to go back to their country. Speaking of cutting legs off, sidetrack real quick, a Japanese man or Korean, maybe he's Vietnamese, who's some kind of Asian dude, some kind of Hop Ping or Hop Song, whatever the fuck his name is, cut his legs off because his friends bet him to cut his legs off for $1.3 million. Barefoot, thank you for the donation. This kid put his legs in dry ice for 10 hours when I don't even think he needed to do it that long. But he did so. He proceeded to do so, and his legs got amputated. Upon getting his legs amputated, he was looking for the insurance for the 1.3 million. The insurance company, or rather the doctors, suspected some foul play on his behalf and wrote that in the findings. The insurance company didn't pay out the 1.3 million. Now this guy lost both his legs and no 1.3 million dollars. Talk about getting kicked in the dick and losing both your legs. Ouch. Anyway, this is called the stupidity of the world. Again, guys, the stupidity is not just here in the United States. It's everywhere. It's worldwide. Once this social media got a hold of kids and the arm ticket was introduced as well, stupidity went to an all-time high. Cutting your legs off to get 1.3. Cutting your legs off is not worth $1 billion, let alone $1.3 million. Now the guy, listen, at the very least, now he could star in a movie as a double amputee, and hopefully he can make money doing that. Or, I don't know, beg on the streets or tap dance with fucking tap shoes on the end of his stumps. I don't know. But nonetheless, he is out. You know, again, guys, and this is overseas. This is like, you know, with the, you know, how Asian people are perceived to be smarter because, you know, they're nerds and they can calculate numbers on the fly. But, yeah, not in this guy's case. Anyway, Mark Rubio asked him to confirm that there is a network we're concerned about that has facilitators involved in ties with ISIS. Christopher Wray said yes, or rather correct. There are more than 2.4 million migrant encounters in the fiscal year of 2023 and the fiscal year 2024 so far, including a month with record encounters of 300,000. That's in 1 month. The border has become a top political issue with the President Biden and former President Donald Trump as they're doing this for their campaign. The Republicans are blaming the crisis on the administration. No fucking shit they are. But, yeah, man. That's what it's looking like. This country is headed towards a shitfill, and it's only going to get worse, and we're going to see a giant influx in crime. Now, again, the crime is on the rise. These guys are trying to rip purses off of women in broad daylight. We need more chicks like the chick that was manhandling fucking, you know, Jose and the burrito crew, because, I mean, she was kicking his ass by herself. So that just means, guys, if she was kicking this guy's ass by herself, I'm 100% sure I can handle 5 of them. Because, again, they're little dudes, you know? I mean, they were going to start hitting me at the knees and work their way up. Anyway, it's only going to get worse. And, again, leaving the city is just not... I'm leaving the city for one reason. I'm not using that as my reason to leave the city. I'm not leaving the city because, oh, shit, the fucking, you know, the Hot Ping clan and the fucking... The burrito crew is fucking doing their thing. That's not why I'm leaving the city. Because I can't find fucking parking. That's my reason for getting the fuck out of here. You know? So, anyway... But, guys, running is not going to be the option. Because in 20 years, you're not going to be able to run. You're going to have to fight and stand. You can't do... I'm telling you right now, a lot of you guys are like, I'll just move. Move to fucking where? Where are you going to move to? You can't. Unfortunately, guys, you're going to have to fucking make a stand and fucking, I don't know, start beating dudes with baseball bats. Putting fucking... burritos and fucking, you know, in cannons and blasting them as they fucking approach the property line or some shit. You know, I mean, you're gonna have to be creative, you know. And everybody likes a burrito, but when a burrito's flying at you at like, you know, 2,000 feet per second, yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna want that. Bingo. But yeah, so whatever, man. This is just going to get worse. So now. We got a couple minutes left. We got 10 minutes. We're going to talk about the eclipse. Yeah, man. Some people, we don't got 20 years. Listen, less than 20 years. You could be right. It could be 10. At the rate we're moving, it could be a lot shorter than that. You're absolutely right. Dawn and Catgirl? I think you guys said that? Yeah. You might be right. But... we're going to be fighting with them very soon. And there's going to be a division amongst them very, very soon. We're going to start seeing it, guys. I mean, we got, for example, Tyson talking about letting go of regular workers to hire migrants. Obviously, they're going to hire migrants at a lower wage, though that wasn't said in the article. But they're letting go of regular Americans to now. I was looking for other articles to rebuttal that. I didn't see anything. But if you guys did, please email me at angryprepper@yahoo.com. But yeah, it's going to be. They start doing shit like that, and more companies start doing shit like that, guys. They are creating war with them. They're creating a situation that we have to take our anger out on them. Bad enough they're coming here legally, and they are sucking up the resources. But now you got companies selling us out to hire them. Yeah, man. It's gonna. Yeah, Tyson, right? I don't like Tyson anyway. I stopped buying Tyson years ago. But yeah, Tyson boycotts in order. I mean, like hardcore. Now, of course, the liberals here are like, that is so nice of Tyson. They're hiring a little fucking Venezuelan dudes. You know, Miguel and Juan, they can have jobs now. Fucking cutting up chicken and spraying pesticides or injecting pesticides into them. That's how nice of them. They're going to support them. But the rest of us shouldn't be buying Tyson anymore, like at all. Checking in from next door in Connecticut. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm definitely getting the fuck out of here. I just don't know where. Yeah, listen, the chair is coming with me. When I moved, I was looking at the chair today. I was sitting over there. I was looking at my chair. I'm like, yo, the chair's coming with me. I'm not going to, I mean, like before, this chair's going to have to completely fail before I get rid of it. It's a comfortable chair. So I'm not giving it up. I might buy another one like this for like another room, but I'm not giving this chair up. No way. This is an awesome chair. Holy shit balls. What kind of... Yeah, Tyson could be getting a kickback. I know a lot of you said Tyson could be getting a kickback from like the elites, right? Oh, we'll give you like X amount of money and we'll give you more fucking marketing in another country if you get these migrants on board. Which leads me to the conversation, guys, of I think Donald Trump's going to sell us out. So Donald Trump's in a bind. I'm going to talk about that in the Angry Truth channel tonight. Donald Trump's in a bind, and I think he's going to sell us out. And you guys are not going to like why he's going to sell us out and how he's going to sell us out. But he's not undoubtedly, I just had this feeling he's going to sell us out. And yeah, and he has a lot at stake this time around, including his life. But we're going to talk about that a little more on the Angry Truth channel. So let's get on with this eclipse shit. Now, there's a lot of talk and hoopla about the eclipse. There's talk, and I have to say, guys, I had this bad feeling. I've said this before. I had this bad feeling for a long time. And the bad feeling is starting to not get stronger. It's staying where it is. So I don't think this eclipse is a big to-do. But NASA put the eclipse on my radar after they announced that they want people who are going to be able to see the eclipse at its full eclipseness to help document what goes on. Now, the 2017 solar eclipse was the last time. They said that animals were acting weird, but they didn't know why, and they want to have people record that. They want people to listen to the sound that the sun's going to make when there's an eclipse. And I'm like, what fucking sound is this sun going to make, or the moon and the sun's going to make? Nonetheless, it's going to be a sound. And supposedly, it's going to be the energy bouncing off the back of the moon and making some kind of a sound. So that's that. Then there are people stating that there could be an earthquake, being that sometimes a solar eclipse can cause an earthquake, and this solar eclipse is following the path of the new Madrid fault. Also, there's a lot of biblical implications with the solar eclipse as well. So there's a lot going on with this eclipse, and there's a lot of different things happening. NASA wanting to record, as they put it, strange anomalies during that day. I find it to be, that was the flag that got my attention. Because I've been, people have been sending me shit about the eclipse, and I look at it and I go, nope, the fucking sun does not move that way. Now, the only way the sun's going to move in that wiggly pattern that people were trying to put it passing those towns, if the earth is wobbling. And the earth will have to wobble pretty greatly for that to happen. But for the earth to wobble, that means we would have to see a magnitude 10 earthquake somewhere in the planet. Now, if the new Madrid fault line actually snaps and it reaches a 10, the entire country is going to suffer. Just keep that in the back of your head. Because Everywhere else, it's obviously is going to dissipate as it gets out, and cities like New York can't handle anything over 5, right? And a 5, guys, in a city like New York, a lot of buildings are going to topple, and anything closer to the New Madrid fault line is going to completely get annihilated at anything over a 10. Again, that's just the speculations that I'm hearing, and some of it makes sense, but we have to wait and see. Now, am I nervous about this eclipse? Not really. The only thing I'm nervous about is my dog acting like a fucking asshole during this eclipse. So we're going to have to give him some, anxiety medication, put his ass to fucking sleep during this eclipse. But the biblical implications on it, there's a lot to be said, and there's a lot to not understand, but take into account. Take into account. I'm not going to go all biblical on you guys, but if the Bible is right, and this is the beginning of the tribulation, it's going to be a lot of fucking suffering. A lot. So it's just something to keep in the back of your head. I am not saying to run out and start fucking praying and getting a... Just saying keep it in the back of your head. Whether you believe in the Bible or not, it doesn't matter. If these signs are true and these are biblical times, it doesn't matter whether you believe in the Bible or not. The Bible doesn't care. Neither does God or Jesus. It's just going to be... It's going to be fucking a lot of problems. A lot. Anyway. But anyway, guys, let's get into this real quick article. So strange things may happen, and this is how NASA puts it again. NASA is putting it this way. I think NASA, guys, knows about biblical implications when it comes to the stars and the moon and space in general. NASA puts it this way. Strange things may happen during the eclipse, and NASA wants you to document it all. So while the Earth is cracking in two, you have to text them, we are shaking violently, send, right? There's a giant tsunami off the East Coast headed towards New York City, send. When the sun's light fades during a total solar eclipse, nature will respond in a way you might not expect. Like they're warning us. Once in a lifetime celestial event is likely to cause birds to fall silent, make crickets start chirping, and send bees back to their hives fooled by the sudden darkness. This particular behavior has fascinated people for centuries, bullshit, but their full impact on the ecosystem remains a mystery, which doesn't impact the ecosystem at all. It's just a short time that these animals are fooled into going to sleep. Even your cats and your dogs will start taking nighttime behaviors because of this sudden darkness. Now, there's a path that the sun is taking, or the path that the sun's taking, that's going to be complete darkness. Not complete darkness, but total eclipse. And I think here in New York, we're only going to get like 60 or 70%. Again, one of you nerds are going to put the percentage that we're going to get. We're going to get like 60, 70%, which is still impressive. But I want to see complete blackout. Now, I'm off that day, so I might drive to one of the cities, towns, that are going to have a complete blackout. So I'm going to drive the 6-7 hours to get there to film this and get this on camera. Because I got nothing to do. I'm off anyway, so I might as well go fucking enjoy the eclipse. I also have, filters for my camera, so I can get this, right? So I'm going to be that asshole with the camera and the phone out and all kinds of shit. My fucking solar eclipse glasses all nerded out and shit. Because when you get old, guys, this is what happens. Just letting you know, when you start entering the 40 age zone, you start doing old people shit, right? You start watching birds, looking at flowers. You pick up a hobby. You don't start talking about ass and chicks anymore like you used to when you back in the days with your boys. You don't sit there talking about, yo, guys, remember that chick? Look at the fat ass. You don't do that anymore. What you start talking about is comfortable sneakers, comfortable socks, comfortable underwears. And then you start phasing over into talking about medications you're on. Now, I'm not on any medications just yet, but everybody in my 40 age range, we're talking about medications. They're talking about medications and the medication they're on. And the things to do, you start talking about ailments and shit. You're like, my knee hurts, my knee and my shoulder. You start talking about shit like that. You start talking about how difficult it is to get out of bed. This is what happens when you turn 40. So for some of you guys that are in your 30s or your 20s, just wait and see. You're not going to be talking about fucking Melissa with the fat ass. You're going to be talking about fucking, yo, how the hell do I drop weight? My knees are killing me. You know, what socks are those? Those look like comfortable socks. Are those walking shoes or running shoes? Because I need both. Because my feet are starting to hurt. You know, like, oh my God. Then you start considering a podiatrist. Nap time becomes a thing. Thank you, Groundhog. You start talking about nap time. You're like, yo, man, I had a good nap today. You napping? And like, yeah, man, I had an awesome nap. I was listening to such, yo, I'm telling you, it's game over once you start talking about that shit. I'm telling you right now, it ain't fucking fun. A lot of you guys will see it. Some of you guys are already there. Some of you guys already sneakers with Velcro. sneakers with Velcro. That's a bit much. Now you're talking about like 80-year-old shit. I'm 50. I'm 55. Everything aches. Yeah, listen. Sleeping on a raw pillow. Yeah, all of it. Yo, comfortable pillows. You start talking about that shit. You're like, yo, what kind of pillows you using? Because my neck hurts when I go to sleep at night. Yo, I'm telling you. Oh, the Ozark Negro. Yeah, he says I'm 39. Exactly. When you turn 40, it's like a fucking light switch, dude. You're going to be like, yo, man, I need comfortable pants. I need comfortable shorts. I'm a little colder these days. Should I wear a sweater when I go? Yo, telling you, man, everything starts fucking changing after that. If you stay in the gym, you stay younger a little longer. But you inevitably end up fucking the medication club and the achy body parts club. Trust me. Yo, the socks are going to be the first thing. Socks and shoes, first thing to start coming up in conversation. Look at some of their shoes. Those look very comfortable. Can I get those in black? I'm telling you, man. Anyway. So, guys, real quick. I only got, 3 minutes. I'm going to start the next video, right away. Let's see. Particular behavior fascinating yet. To better understand what's happening to the animals when the lights go out, NASA has funded the Eclipse Soundscape Project, which will document the sights and sounds of the upcoming solar eclipse. On April 8th, part of North America will plunge into temporary daytime darkness as the moon passes in front of the sun. Over 30 million people in North America will witness this event, offering a unique opportunity for large-scale citizen science. When they start asking for the citizens to do science, something's wrong. Volunteers can join a project to record sounds off your phone. That's what's alarming. It's not special equipment needed, guys. It's your phone. And I shit you not, if we hear those horns, what you call the horns, it's on. I never known NASA to do citizen science, ever. Anyway, volunteers can join the project to record sounds, make observations, and assist in data analysis. The project is aimed to build up historical study conducted after 1932 eclipse, when they experienced a lot of weird shit in the 1932 eclipse. Keep that in the back of your head for now, guys. So, but this time around, 2024, we'll have a lot of help with modern tools to document what's going on. So other strange events can happen. Strange sounds and other unusual animal behaviors aren't the only things that you will capture. They're also talking about water flowing backwards and wind directions changing as well. Keep that in the back of your head. The Mississippi's flow changed direction with some big earthquake we had a while back. I don't know, it was in the 30s or some shit like that. Maybe been in the same time during this eclipse. So just, guys, keep it in the back of your head that with this eclipse can be some very crazy shit going on. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go off the air. I'm going to go immediately to the Angry Truth channel. I will see some of you guys over there to talk about Donald Trump and his possible selling out. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching. Also, I will be at the Kentucky Sustainable Living this weekend. So for those that are interested, go over to Kentucky Sustainable Living YouTube channel. Check out one of his videos for the link to see if you guys can stop by and join us for a decent weekend or an incredible weekend. However it goes on. If I show up, it might be an incredible weekend because I might act a fool. Other than that, guys, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week or maybe Thursday. We'll see.